It's the Leafs spending money that they can. Who cares?
Which is future considerations. It's nothing.
Part.
We will talk about that. Jesse, did you have something you wanted to put up there?
You had a lot of good stuff about Richie. Yeah, not Richie. Clifford in your video. Like a lot of extra details about like them offering him an extension last time, and his ability to go down is also really valuable. That he's already cleared waivers. If you want to get into all that stuff, I think it's very useful.
So, okay, this has happened a few times. Why would the Leafs trade for a player they could have just claimed for free off waivers? So I believe the way it works is if they had claimed Clifford, he has to be on the Leafs immediately. Mm-hmm. Because he cleared waivers, they can send him down to the Marlies. He hasn't played very much. So he can play down there on a team, by the way, that has Kyle Clifford, Rich Clune, Curtis Gabriel, and 6'9" Curtis Douglas.
So the Marlies are fun to play.
They're going to beat you up.
Yeah, I think they're safe.
If Nick Robertson comes back, do you think he ever gets injured ever again?
Like,
no one's going to touch him.
Yeah, SDA just skating down the middle of the ice like me at a charity tournament. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, everyone
let him go.
Everyone give him space.
That's Steve Dangle. Let him go up the middle.
Out of the way. He's a hero. He's a hero.
He raised the most money. Give him a shot.
Yes. I got another penalty shot this year because John LeClaire hit me. And I didn't score.
Hit you.
Yeah, he hit me. Well, yeah, it was like...
You mean John LeClaire existed and you ran into him?
No, he ran into me to give me a penalty shot.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I also... Oh, fuck, did I smack my head?
Yeah?
I hit the board. The puck, we were getting killed. In the only game I played in, we won the other two. Isn't that weird? And the puck was in the corner, and I really wanted the puck, and I really wanted to stop, and I couldn't do both, so I chose the puck.
Oh, no.
And I sort of went down shoulder into the boards, and my head went whack. Oh, shit. And that's what helmets are for, kids.
So Kyle Clifford is
What
big.
were we talking about?
Kyle Clifford, the big blue dog.
So, anyway.
Kyle, the thing
sorry, no,
yeah, you go. So
they can send him to the Marlies, he can play there, and he can come up anytime in the next 30 days, I think, or 29, whatever it is now. His cap hit, which is $1 million, is fully variable. And what I think happened is the St. Louis Blues are doing right by Kyle Clifford in the same way that Kyle Dubas has done for players in the past. So he says to Mikko Lehtinen and he says to Alexander Barabanov, hey, come here, sign here, and I promise you if we don't use you, we'll trade you.
Yep.
And he's proven time and time again that he's a man of his word. Mm-hmm. Did that with Lehtinen. He did that with Barabanov. It led to an extended NHL look for Lehtinen, and it led to an extra contract for Barabanov.
Yeah.
So, good. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Clifford has a young family. So rather than go to St. Louis and they don't want you anymore, and he goes to their AHL affiliate, wherever that is, Peoria. I don't even know where Peoria is. He goes to Toronto, which is closer to where he's from, and whether you play in the minors or in the NHL, you're in the same city.
Okay. That's
what I think.
Yeah.
It's just a good situation for him.
And I think people are salty about the fact that he turned down our extension to sign with the Stanley Cup champions.
Like, guys,
come on.
You really, you're going to get mad at someone for leaving the bubble Leafs?
No.
He was in the game where they lost to David Ayres. Like, yeah, I get it.
So what's the thing with him and Mrazek that's going on?
Oh, so he, in the game where David Ayres came in, Ayres came in because Mrazek got injured, and Mrazek got injured because he got ran over by Kyle Clifford.
There you go.
And it was 100% Mrazek's fault. I'll die on that hill. It's his fault.
I got to watch it back. I don't
what goalie gets into a puck battle along the boards? Get out of there.
Yeah. That actually has to stop. I think with
Antti Ranta got ran over. It was Lomberg on the Panthers.
Yes.
It wasn't his fault at all.
People are like calling for a penalty on that. I'm like, listen, if you are going to come out and you're going to play, you're a part of the play now.
And like I don't want to go a skater to lay their shoulder into the goalie. No. But like with Lomberg, it was a guy actively trying to avoid the hit, and he couldn't because he's got this
physics.
Because he's got this dude wearing 30 pounds of equipment coming at him like the friggin' boulder from Indiana Jones. And what's he supposed to do?
It's also unfair to tell a skater, hey, in this split second when you're coming around to get the puck, stop being competitive. There's a goalie there. Don't go after it.
Yeah.
It's
hey, I know you're about to score a goal, but you stop it.
Yeah. So it's on the goalie as well as the skater.
Yeah.
Goalies just can't go out and be like, oh, no, nobody can hit me. I'm wearing a red sweater.
That needs to stop.
They deserve some extra protection, but that's come on.
Nice of the Leafs to honor Dion Phaneuf before the game. Jesse mentioned it. Is it time that we talk about his legacy in different terms?
Mm-hmm.
What? We don't look at him and call him a pylon every time we see him?
Yeah,
His fan base is really mean to him.
Yeah, it's sort of strange. Now, listen, was the team terrible while he was captain?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Did they have one of the worst collapses that we've seen actually 3 or 4 times since? Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the other end of that, this is a guy that played 22 minutes a night and wanted to be here and wanted to be captain. And the one thing that people hold against him, if you take it to that level, is Salute-gate.
Yeah.
And I'd love to know, because Salute-gate happened like 8 years ago now. It happened during this show, and I actually remember at the time thinking, this doesn't seem like a big fucking deal to me. But I know it was a big deal behind the scenes with the Leafs, and it is with certain fans too. Mm-hmm. When we talked about it on the show, I believe I remember going, I don't care if they salute me or not. But there was a message being sent to fans at the time. So, Steve, for anybody that doesn't know what Salute-gate was, can you explain what you remember about it? And then I'm going to read some quotes from Dion because he was giving interviews yesterday.
So Salute-gate was, I believe the Leafs, either that season that it happened or the season prior, began saluting the fans at center ice after a win.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is I think the Leafs went through a real rough patch.
It began, by the way, sorry, I'm just going to... The tradition began as an attempt to pay thanks to fans for returning after the third lockout.
Right.
Of Gary Bettman's NHL.
Right, that makes sense. So I don't remember which year it happened, but I believe it might have been the waffle year.
They were throwing jerseys. The Leafs fans had been throwing jerseys on, but I do know that.
And giving them a hard time and, doing things to players' cars, I remember was a rumor. And basically, the Leafs one game just didn't do it.
Do you want me to read the scenario, what happened?
Please.
Yeah.
So in November of 2014, this is from Daily Faceoff, the Leafs got hammered at home by the Nashville Predators by a score of 9-2. One of the most lopsided losses in Air Canada Center / Scotiabank Arena.
And that is a major video in Steve Dangle's career.
It's only 5th on my channel, which tells you everything about the Leafs.
So because of that 9-2 loss, the team rebounded a couple nights later with a 5-2 win over the Tampa Bay Lightning, but opted not to salute the fans, which became a long-standing tradition in Toronto. So it was a few nights after 9-2. They win 5-2. Dion and the team goes, screw you fans, according to the fans, and they don't salute.
So I'm trying to remember the exact story. But with this one, I believe there are rumors that it was Kessel's idea. There are rumors it was Dion's idea. But
the rumor was, but the idea was what?
The idea was it was the players, and Phaneuf specifically, saying F you to the fans, basically. Now, I don't know if that's him trying to be a leader, trying to create like an us against the world sort of mentality. Like, we're against our opponents every night, and we're against the fans. We're on our own. We're an island. I don't know if that was the sort of thing he was trying to do. But it's part of the reason he was never able to connect with this city and with this fan base. And it's not like he could do it with his words either. I've interviewed Dion Phaneuf several times. It's agony. And
Duffy, it was surprising to hear him mention it during intermission when they were doing like their whole Phaneuf thing. He was like, he never helped himself with the media. He never gave a good interview his entire time as captain. Like, right. he was not that guy to give a great quote, and that didn't help himself.
And you don't have to like the media, but the captain of the NHL franchise needs to be able to connect with fans, and the best way to do that is through the media.
Yeah, you can play the game poorly, but you can't not play the game at all.
Yeah.
And very often he just didn't play.
Yeah.
And when I say interviewing him is agony, like, I mean, coming from my context of trying to get fun quotes out of people, oh man, he just doesn't do it. And as soon as the camera turns off, he's perfectly pleasant and everything. I don't hold it against him. Like he was this robotic figure, but supposedly if you started talking about cars, it was like brr, 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 beep.
It
And
seemed to be only a hockey thing with the cameras in front of him.
Yeah, the robot turns on and starts talking about, he's got this classic car and I drive it to PEI every year and so, but it does sort of, there are parallels between him and Tavares because Tavares is not a good quote at all. And he's not as flashy as Matthews or Marner. So he's not the most exciting player on the ice. So in a way, what Tavares does and what Phaneuf did are kind of thankless. Like they don't get the shine they deserve. Phaneuf never got a moment to connect. He like a shining moment for him or even a sympathetic moment for him. Tavares, while the team hasn't had individual success, does at least have a sympathetic moment where, he got injured this past playoffs and all fans go, fuck.
Also, he was absolutely spectacular in his first season here, too.
And
has been very good ever since.
And Tavares Day.
And Tavares
The
Day.
day Adam Wild created.
Started. Like, you did.
But if you're on the radio that day, that's stupid and fans shouldn't support players. Stupid.
Oh, did people tell you that?
Yeah.
Oh, because men can't have feelings?
Men cannot have feelings.
Baby.
Yeah. Oh, he said, it's like, dude, chill the hell out, man.
Yeah.
A big deal was made of that.
Yeah. The masculine urge to repress everything and take it out on others.
Yes.
But sorry,
let me read the quote too when
he
you
gets
get the
the
chance.
sympathetic moment and fans go, fuck, regardless of what I think of him, that's terrible and I wish nothing but the best for him.
Sure.
And now he comes back and he's doing great and, people are behind him. Phaneuf he never had a moment where all Leaf fans went, fuck yeah, that's our guy.
I wonder too if the way we viewed him, even if everything else had remained the same, had they closed out Game 7 against Boston in 2013, I wonder if the conversation about Dion Phaneuf's a lot different. Well, I wasn't crazy about him, but sure was a warrior in that series.
It changes everyone's legacy. Cody Franzen had 2 goals that game. Anyone remember that?
No.
Most
people don't remember Cody Franzen.
Yeah. Phaneuf, Gardner. It changes half the decor. Reimer probably continues to be the starter.
There's no bad Jonathan Bernier trade.
Grabowski does not get bought out.
Oh, that still may have happened.
That still may have happened.
And Randy would have been around a lot longer. So listen, it wouldn't have been great.
Hey, you know who was benched for almost the entire third and went back to Russia? Leo Komarov.
Oh,
people forget he was on that team.
And he was awesome that year. And they benched him.
No, fuck him.
Randy.
Leo also went back to Russia this past weekend.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he announced he's leaving the NHL, sadly, and he's back in the KHL.
So here's what Phaneuf had to say about Salukate. He said, that still bothers me. I was the captain. I didn't handle that well. I should have been better. I needed to be. I take responsibility for that. If I could do it over, that's one I'd want back. He said if I could have one do-over ever, that'd be the one I'd want back. That's the one I've thought about a lot. So that sticks with him too.
That's the right one. Like he picked the right moment as Leafs captain. That's the one you should do over. 100%.
He also had a ton of great comments about Jerome McGinley as a teammate. Now, I remember being out in Calgary right after the Dion Phaneuf trade to Toronto. That's when I moved to Calgary. And so a lot of people in Calgary hated him at that point. And I thought
Dion Phaneuf traded to Toronto.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Fuck, I wish.
And people were off the Phaneuf bandwagon. But at one point, people loved Dion Phaneuf in Calgary.
Of course.
He was a god. But there were rumors of him and Jerome McGinley being, like the dressing room was a bit split, that there was tension between the two of them.
Luke Shen as well. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, rumors of him and everyone, right? Basically.
Okay.
And again, all these whispers contributed to him being this prickly figure. And it's
interesting.
It's why no one liked him.
Well, and I think, honestly, it shows, first off, that interview shows maturity. But it also shows that anointing him captain as soon as he walked in the door was the wrong move. Like,
Don't tell Brian Burke that.
No, it was.
I think Burke would agree with that. Would he not?
No, he would not.
So I asked him about that when we did our trade tree video. And
Okay.
it was I should say, loved Brian Burke. And he gave me a lot of time that day. But that was the question that was received the most poorly.
Mm-hmm.
What was his response?
I can't remember exactly what I asked and exactly what he said, but he sticks by the fact, nope, that was the right move. That was this guy.
Wow.